Joshua chapter 11. And it happened, when Jabin king of Hazor heard about these events, he sent messages to Jobab king of Madon, to the king of Shimron, and to the king of Achshaph, as well as to the kings in the north, in the mountains, and in the plains south of Chinneroth, in the lowlands, and in the regions of Dor on the west, to the Canaanites in the east and west, to the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites in the mountains, and to the Hivites below Mount Hermon in the land of Mizpah. They and all their armies, a multitude as numerous as the sand on the seashore, came out with a great number of horses and chariots. When all these kings joined forces, they came and camped together at the waters of Merom to fight against Israel. Then the Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid because of them, for tomorrow about this time I will deliver all of them slain before Israel. You shall hamstring their horses and burn their chariots with fire." So Joshua and all the people of war with him suddenly attacked them by the waters of Merom, and they fell upon them. The Lord delivered them into the hand of Israel, who struck them and chased them to Great Sidon, to Misrephoth Maim, and to the Valley of Mizpah eastward. They struck them until none of them remained. And Joshua did to them as the Lord had commanded him. He hamstrung their horses and burned their chariots with fire. Then Joshua turned back at that time and took Hazor, and struck its king with the sword, for Hazor was formerly the head of all those kingdoms. So they struck all the people who were in it with the edge of the sword, utterly destroying them. There was none left breathing. Then he burned Hazor with fire. All the cities of those kings and all their kings, Joshua took and struck with the edge of the sword. He utterly destroyed them, as Moses the servant of the Lord had commanded. But as for the cities that stood on their mounds, Israel burned none of them, except Hazor only, which Joshua burned. And all the spoil of these cities and the livestock, the children of Israel took as plunder for themselves. But they struck every man with the edge of the sword until they had destroyed them. They did not leave anyone who breathed. As the Lord had commanded Moses his servant, so Moses commanded Joshua, and so Joshua did. He left nothing undone of all that the Lord had commanded Moses. Thus Joshua took all this land, the hill country, all the south, all the land of Goshen, the lowland, and the Jordan plain, the mountains of Israel and its lowlands. From Mount Halak, which ascends to Seir, even as far as Baal Gad in the Valley of Lebanon below Mount Hermon. He captured all their kings, and struck them down and killed them. Joshua waged war for a long time with all those kings. There was not a city that made peace with the children of Israel, except the Hivites, the inhabitants of Gibeon. All the others they took in battle. For it was from the Lord to harden their hearts to meet Israel in battle, that he might utterly destroy them, and that they might receive no mercy, but that he might destroy them, as the Lord had commanded Moses. And at that time Joshua came and cut off the Anakim from the mountains, from Hebron, from Debir, from Anab, from all the mountains of Judah, and from all the mountains of Israel. Joshua utterly destroyed them with their cities. There was none of the Anakim left in the land of the children of Israel. They remained only in Gaza, in Gath, and in Ashdod. So Joshua took the whole land, according to all that the Lord had said to Moses, and Joshua gave it as an inheritance to Israel according to their divisions by their tribes. Then the land rested from war.